This is Jamaica, Jamaica. I am Mama P and I'm living off the land of Jamaica. I was born in Kingston, St. Andrew, and now I'm living in Runaway Bay, St. Anne, where all the herbs you can find is in Jamaica. Back again, you know, in Jamaica where I was born and grew, my dad was a farmer and he taught me how to eat properly, things from the land. Like we plant carrots, vegetables, and our herbs. Our herbs in Jamaica is very, very good. We use it as our medicine. We use the food as our fruit, as our food, as our medicine, of our fruit as our medicine, our herbs as our medicine too. Honestly, the herbs are to be taken in portions. And in Jamaica, where I live, where I was born and grew, I could go and pick a herb, I could pick my fruit, I could pick my food, I could go just right in my farm and I could make a meal without go to the store. This is Jamaica. Jamaica land where we all grow and learn to love. And you know, in this land, Jamaica, we are very healthy people. Yeah, and in Jamaica we always have to send back things abroad, our seeds, our herbs for our family there when they get sick, or we invite them back to Jamaica where we can get the herbs together and boil and pick and eat and fix to get them well. Okay, this is my garden. And in this garden, I have a lot of herbs. So I'm going to show you around. Okay. This is a fruit of the land. This is pongonut. This fruit is good for prostate cancer. Okay, the pongonut, it bears all year round. You plant it from the seed and it grows to a tiny tree until it grows this big. So it's an all year round fruit. And the outer part of the pongonut, the fruit, the outer part of the fruit can be made as tea. The outer part. This is a guava tree. It's a young plant. And this plant, we use, as a child, we eat the fruit. But as I grow older, of my grandparents, they taught me that this part of this plant, which is a guava tree, is the bud. The bud of this plant is good for diabetes. Thing you call sugar. People let us say, I have sugar, and the other name for it is diabetes. So you pick this, and when you pick a few of it, you put it in the pot and you boil in water and you cover it for maybe 10 or so minutes and you have it as a cup of tea.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty. I'm a Salma Vitate. I'm the Jamaican poet, and I have a program, Meals to Heal, and that's why I'm here today. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how that affects what this program is all about, which is health is wealth, okay? And there's so much more to say. I've been a vegetarian for 41 years and a herbalist, and there is no other way to health except to live off the land and enjoy the natural things that the Creator has provided for us to sustain this system, this body, this machine, because we are part of the land. That's the bottom line, you know? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Health is wealth. I believe the universe is one. I believe that the Creator, you know, some people have a lot of names for the Creator, the Almighty, is a part of everything that exists according to the information and knowledge we have received. And as you live and as you grow, it becomes very obvious that it's a coexistent thing within the universe. You know, we can't exist without nature or this universe, and this universe probably wouldn't serve a purpose without us. So I believe that it's a oneness. I personally think that I represent the Creator. Without me, there's no Creator. Without the Creator, there's no me. The only reason why I even think about a Creator is because I exist. And because I exist, I can look at nature and see that without nature, I can't exist. So it's like I can't exist without the Creator, because according to our history, or Jewish history, or African Black Jewish history, it was the Creator that breathed into us the breath of life. So without that breath, we can't exist. And without the food and the earth and all these other waters and all that, we can't exist. So it's a oneness, and it has to remain a oneness. I think over the years we've separated ourselves and divided ourselves, and that is the problem that we're experiencing now. Been away from this oneness.
Okay, this is a Jun Plum tree, but this one is called the Agricultural Jun Plum. This one bear all year round. As a child, or we give our children as a fruit to eat. And the mothers of this land, Jamaica, we use it to make juice for our husband and our children. Make them strong and healthy. And it's a green juice, which is good for us. Is another plant I have here. Oh, the gentleman have a problem. Wow, wow, wow. This is strong back. And, you know, we ball it for the man. Oh, Lord. And give the lady a baby. And the back is so strong to work. Glory. I tell you, Jamaica, Jamaica, we have it here. As you all know, this is aloe vera. Wow. You know, not a good tasting thing, but it have very, very good. You have a lot of complaint. This one can fix it for you. It's good for shampoo. It's good for your blood. It's good for your skin. It's good for bumps. It's an all-round medicine. It's an all-round herbs. You can find it in your lotion. You find it in your hair product. And it's all around. It's an all-about thing. You can blend, when you're blending your juices, you put a little bit of it in it. And it's good to go. This is Jamaica, Jamaica. This is a very delicate plant. And you know, growing up, I always see my parents always make this tea. Didn't know what it was for until I grew up. I always say, what is this? Oh, it's good for kidney stone. You could pass it out in your urine. When you go to the doctor, say you have kidney stone, they will give you medication. But the whole of folks, they knew the bushes and the herbs. And you know, this one is good for kidney stone. It's especially for women and men. As long as you have kidney stone, you drink this bush and you're good to go.
Yes, if you have to understand your body. It's something that most of us were taught in school, but you know, when they were teaching us in school, it was all about passing tests. So I know that, I'm sure I didn't get the fullness of it either, like many of you, but I think that the first step towards health is understanding the body, what the body consists of, why and how all of this works together, you know? I mean, there's some obvious things. We know we got our heart, without that, we're deadbeat. We know we got the lungs, without that, we're gonna have some problems. We know we have the liver, we know we have the kidney, we know we have the brain. We have all these things in our system. But most of us don't know what they do and why they're there. And I think that we have to study that. We have to understand that. When we understand that, then we can utilize nature to maintain good health, you know? Because I think once we are breathing human beings, we now have to depend upon our environment to exist. So if we don't understand what the brain is and what it needs, what the heart is and what it needs, you know, like one of my key things is the blood. You know, everything exists upon the blood. The blood is life. And we see that in almost all phase. So the bottom line is that if we don't understand how important the blood is and what it does and doesn't do, I'm looking at the light instead of the camera, then we're not going to be able to utilize all the resources that the Creator has given us to heal ourselves. And to me, it's a very simple thing, because the first thing we have to do is really make sure the blood is clean.
Wow, this is green banana. Our part of what we cook with rundown. Coconut rundown, green banana. Excellent dish. And you know, when you want some natural tonic, this is the fruit to eat. You boil it in the skin, take it out of the water and drink some of that water. You move a mountain. This is sour sop. Oh my word, a lovely juice. This one is good for the nerves. Oh my word. You hear the old people say, oh, I can't sleep at night. Oh, you just get a few leaves of this one and you make a cup of tea. And lately, when I do my research, I notice it is good for cancer. It's able to reduce the cancer cell. Soursop juice, very natural. Bear a fruit and you squeeze, strain and drink. Excellent fruit. Okay, this one in my garden, as you see, I'm holding. This plant is good for the cancer. And the root of it, this bush is called, it's good for cancer. And the root of it is also good. Leaf can be made as tea, and the root can be made. It's guinea hen plant. Excellent bush we have here in Jamaica. The guinea hen plant bush looks alike, and how you know most of these plants, you break a piece, you rub, and you smell, and you know the difference, because bush look alike. Well, how you know the guinea hen, you break and you smell. You can also taste. It's all natural. It can be eaten naturally.
Melanin is very important to our spirituality. I don't know about you, and this might sound very, I don't even know the word to use here because it can't be racist. If you look at our race, the African race, right? When you look at the most, and I don't say all, but when you look at most Africans that are black skin, you're gonna find a depth in them. You're gonna find matter of fact, what most of us find is that they're on a whole different wavelength than the rest of us. Okay? And I can only account it to melanin, you know? Now, I enjoy that. I embrace that because I recognize that they are those black-skinned people are the original, or the base. They're just like the dirt. So to me, they would contain more of everything than I and I, who have been mixed with all different kind of mixes. Not to say that's any better than the other one, you know, but we're talking about melanin and spirituality. So to me, I'm not surprised whether it's the good side or the bad side, because there's no evil, there's no good without evil. I believe that. There's no good without evil, you know. So it's not necessarily that every black skin is going to be so good, you know, over the evil, you know. But what I'm saying is that whether if them good, them can be the best good, and the bad can be the best bad. Because they are, to me, they're more in tune, they're more attached, they're more original. And anybody who's an artist know that you cannot be as great or the same like the original, you know. And we, I and I in the West as Africans, if you travel Africa, you know there's a difference in us. You know that. And that has to do with the journey and the mixes. So melanin is necessary for spirituality, and that's why I and I, we leave the white man land for that same thing, searching. And the more we get, is the deeper we get. And I can tell you that too, because even just the difference between Jamaica and Miami is a big difference in how rooted you get, and how steady you get, and how even more revelation you will receive towards the spiritual journey. Yeah, spirituality, you know, I remember when we used to use the word and people say, well, what do you really mean? You know, because we were used to being saying that we were Christians, and then all of a sudden we were spiritual. And then people were like, what does that really mean? Well, most of us changed from the Christian to the spirituality because what we saw was being manifested in the church as Christians we couldn't really call that spirituality. Spirituality is a way of life. It's a part of everyday 24/7 life. You know, you don't go somewhere and get it. And you don't get it once a week, and you don't get it twice a week, and you don't get it when you feel like it. It's a journey that you build upon and you improve upon and you grow with it, you know? That's one of the things that I liked about the Rasta man when I came upon the Rasta philosophy and liberty. Because I thought that these people was living what they believe and what the knowledge they had to reach to higher heights every day. It wasn't just sometimes, it was an everyday thing, you know. Not to say that that's relevant or even evident today, but the whole idea is that it's a part of your everyday life. It's a part of the journey that never stops, doesn't take a break. There is no special time. It's a continuous flow of connecting with the earth, connecting with the universe, connecting with the creator, and living that life, you know? You can't ask for forgiveness just in words. It has to also be in action. And even the action there must be some follow-up of that action. Because, for example, if I lie on it today, you know, and then I said, okay, I'm sorry, that's a part of my action, but then if I don't follow through, being honest with you from even here on out, then what is that? You know, it doesn't, you can't call it a spiritual person. Spirituality is a way of life. It's something that is a part 24/7. You know, African people, I was in Ethiopia, and Islam functioned right side by side with Christianity. And I couldn't call one more spiritual than the other. Because when you see the people and how they behave and how they act and how they live and how they follow through upon their philosophies and principles, They were very spiritual, whether they were Islam or they were Christians.
This in my garden, this is leaf of life. It is used for many reasons. Sometimes the spiritual people use it, but as a child, as I was growing up, my grandma used to give me this herb for cold. When you get the leaf, you pick the leaf and you beat up this leaf. She always beats up in her white cloth. And when she beat this leaf, a green juice come out of it. And it have a bitters taste. And she gave us to drink with a pinch of sugar or a pinch of salt. And we drank it, and let me tell you, all the cold you have in your belly comes right up. This is called leaf of life. In my garden, this is natural mint. Oh my word! Maybe you eat something, too much grease, and when you have too much grease, maybe your stomach feel a little funny. You pick a piece of this mint, and you make a cup of tea, and your stomach is well again. This is honey mint. When I was a child, my parents used to call it duppy soursop. So, growing up now, where I get big and technology is more improved, we do our research and we realize that noni is a very good fruit for all type of sickness.